G'day ladies and gentlemen, Chief Bosky here, and today I'm back with another Transformers review. What's up everybody, Chief Bosky here, and today I have another Transformers Studio Series review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Transformers number 49 Concept Camaro 2007 version Bumblebee. And I've been looking forward to doing this figure for a long time. I've had this figure for a little while, and I've been able to appropriately assess it. And it's great. It's great, I'll just say that first up. Now, let's take a quick look at the box. We have a nice CGI render of Bumblebee on the front there. Studio Series Bumblebee, used from the first Transformers movie, 8+, Hasbro. Transformers Generations, here's a Takara Tomy branded figure. Here's a Deluxe class. We have a zoomed in photo of him, Studio Series number 49. On the other side, we have a zoomed out photo, the same from the front and side. There, authentic Transformers. On the bottom, nothing. On the top, nothing. On the back, you have your obligatory product shots. Here's his background is the city tunnel switch, and I'll get more onto that later. Bumblebee trades his clunker look for something shiny and new. So I'll get into that in a minute. So that is all for the box there. Here is his backdrop. And there is the 2007 concept. And this is from the scene where Clunker Bumblebee turns into 2007 concept Camaro Bumblebee. So it is appropriate to have this Bumblebee Camaro on this backdrop. I don't know why, there's two of them in there now. But it is pretty cool. I do like this originality, because you already did get a fight scene with the 2007 Clunker Bumblebee figure. There you have that. He does come with his instructions, but we've seen enough of them. I don't need to go into detail on that. So here we have the figure, and here's the 2007 concept Camaro, and I love this car. He is by all my favorite Bumblebee car from the Bayverse movies. He is fantastic, and I love it a lot. I really love it. Getting close here on the grill. He's got the gold Chevy symbol. Grill, nice silver rims. Details in there. I'm going to do some custom painting and make some black details just to bring it out where it needs. See the Chevy Camaro on the back. It's not painted. It's not painted. Tail lights, the exhaust pipes, clear windows. You can't see much in there. It's just all the robot kibble. On the bottom, you can see some more robot kibble. You've got his chest, his arms, his head, and his arms and shins and pelvis. There you have that. So it's all right. Now moving the camera down, he does come with an accessory. Here we have his arm cannon, which is much different to his clunker Bumblebee arm cannon, the number 101 Studio Series figure. Which is much different. You have that. Instead of being a separate arm, it is just a weapon he holds with his hand. And there isn't much to say about it. It is just a bit of black plastic with a lot of good detail, of course. I'm going to look up some close CG renders of the gun and paint it accordingly to make it look a bit nicer. This can store on vehicle mode, much like the arm cannon did on the Clunker Bumblebee, which I will refer to him from now on. This is Clunker Bumblebee, because I called him something wrong in the Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime, and I feel like an idiot now, so I'm just going to call him Clunker. But with the two tabs on the back there, and the two slots there, and the two tabs there, it just tabs on like that. There you have that, much like it did on the Clunker Bumblebee, and it's alright. I don't mind it. I don't display them in vehicle. I rarely display them in vehicle mode, and when I do, I don't display their weapons on them. I have a nice little box for that. But there you have that. Now, for comparison, here he is with his Clunker counterpart. You have that. There. And I really do love the Clunker Bumblebee mode. I love this car. Not as much as this one, but I love it. There you have that. Very cool. They look good together. Here he is with Barricade. His nemesis from the first movie. First and fifth movie. You have that. They look fantastic together as well. And now, officially, we have completed the Movie 1 Transformers cast. Well, not officially, we officially completed it with Clunker Bumblebee. But now we have, he was, for the most of the movie, he was in his 2007 concept Kamara. So, we have this option now. Displaying them all together, you have that size comparison. They look fantastic together. I intend to collect the Moving Masterpiece line of the 2007 cast because it's my favorite Transformers movie and they look fantastic figures. There you have that right there. He rolls all right. This kibble all tucks away pretty nicely. You have his forearms there, but they don't hinder too much. But now, we'll go to transformation now. This transformation is very much similar to the Clunker, but it is more involved in parts. And I do love this transformation, and I do love what comes out of it. Now, to start off, you just want to untab the doors here, just like that. Make sure it all comes away in two parts, like so. Make sure you push it down on that hinge so it will open out a little bit, like that. Make sure this comes with it. Now, pops off. You got to make sure that this part doesn't stay tabbed in. This part here's got to come out with it. Now you've done that, you just want to separate this whole back section and push it down, and we'll work on this now. You want to untab this side part here, much like Clunker Bumblebee, and untab it here too, and split the legs. Now you want to bend them down all the way further, make sure the feet are out of here, and then you want to come around here, and getting it past this wheel, getting that past this part here, you want to swing this out. You've got to put that down first or it'll lock in place and it won't actually do it. This part comes out on this hinge in there, and then on this plate here, it'll swing out more and then it'll click in. Fold in the rear mirror, the back window, and then you want to fold. You want to push this in like that, and there's a slot there, and there's a tab all the way in there. You can just see it, just there, and that tab's in there. Then you want to swivel this knee around and down, and then you want to swivel the entire knee around like that. Then you want to push that in like so. Do the same on this side, pull that down, rotate this out, swing that out, and swing it out again. Make sure it's tabbed in. Close that, close that, and swing it up. Rotate the entire knee, swing this down on a ball joint, and then fold that part in. There you have the two legs done. Now we work on the upper body. Much like Clunker Bumblebee, you want to untab the bonnet. Just loosening everything from behind here, you should find it pretty easy to do so. Well, that'll come off. Now you have that all untabbed. You want to bring these arms and fold them out like that. Now bring them out all the way and down. You can untab these wheels and fold them down too. You want to rotate them out of the way. Make sure they're all the way up like that. Then you can move the arms up on this yellow joint here. Move them all the way up just to get them in place and ready for the chest to come down. Let's come off again. Have that. Fold this chest part down, just get out of the way. Then you'll fold this up and down like that. Fold the roof in, and then there's a little gap in between the joint here. Fold that up. There's a little hook in there. You see it? And that just goes in like that. Before you do that, actually, you want to rotate the waist. Have that. Now fold that back in. There you have the whole lower section done. Then you want to fold these wings the rest of the way up. They won't go all the way up though, because we haven't folded the chest down yet. To form the chest, it'll be like that. You want to bring the sides of the car down and lock them in to create a faux chest. Bring this down all the way and lock it in to the top. Make sure the arms are positioned correctly. Then you want to swing these up. Come around to the back here and fold these back of the window down like that, and slightly, and you want to splay the wings to make it look a bit more accurate. Correctly articulate the figure to make him look alright. And there you have 2007 Bumblebee in his robot mode, and he looks fantastic. I love this robot mode. Actually, one thing I forgot to do. That. If you didn't see it, his forearms come out. And that makes all the difference. It looks fantastic just by changing that. And this robot mode is fantastic. And as I said, I love this robot mode. It is a masterpiece styled figure for sure. It's raining. I've got to close my window. This figure is definitely my favorite Bumblebee figure I have so far. It even beats Masterpiece G1 Bumblebee. This figure is fantastic. All the detail over the chest, the faux chest, just makes it look that much better. Detail on the ab section, the pelvis, the crotch, all the way down to the shins. The feet are pretty nice. His forearms, his shoulders. His backpack is fantastic. It just compacts really well. If these annoy you, you can pull them off. They're very easy to pull off. The wheels on the back here. One thing I did not like when I first saw it is the wheels sticking out, because Clunker Bumblebee's wheels, they folded up against the wing, but these do not. But now I have it in hand, I don't mind. I didn't like it in the pictures, and I thought it was a major letdown. Turns out it actually isn't. It really doesn't make it any worse. It's actually really good. Now, one thing I want to talk about, which I actually haven't heard anyone talking about, is the problem with the Clunker Bumblebee head. I have seen next to no photos with the head swapped out. So for the longest time, when I was waiting for this figure to arrive, I was scared that they wouldn't do it. And originally, I was thinking, I'll display Clunker Bumblebee in his vehicle mode, and I'll keep this head on this Bumblebee. But actually, I don't mind this head now I've got it. So it's not a big problem, and it wouldn't have been a big problem if it couldn't have fit. And I just display him with his battle mask and Clunker Bumblebee with his face. But you can. It is tight, and I don't want to do this very often because I'm worried that that little ball joint in there might break because it's extremely tough. If you slide that on, you can have his face. Now, there are problems. I think this, because Clunker Bumblebee didn't have a battle mask as far as we saw, so his head sculpt shows that he didn't have the battle mask at that time. So I think when we get the Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee, which is rumored to have Revenge of the Fallen Bumblebee with his Revenge of the Fallen vehicle mode, his Revenge of the Fallen's mold, and a Ravage figure, which we are rumored to have, which has been rumored. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know the validation. We might get an actual face sculpt with the battle mask, but I don't think that's overly correct. So that's why I decided I'll actually keep him with this one. So, taking it off, just rip the face off. there. Put it back on. I'll chuck this one back on Clunker Bumblebee for comparison. Now we'll get to the weapon. Here we have his arm cannon. And this, I've heard people say, and I agree, is a much nicer ability to have instead of swapping out the whole arm. And that is just with that peg there. Slides onto his arm. And it looks really, really nice. I love that. It's fantastic. And it looks great. Doesn't go on that hand. It only works on that hand. And it does store in his robot mode. I think. If I'm not wrong. Yeah. It goes on there very loosely. It does come off pretty easily. But if you can, as you can see, the peg shortens. Just chuck that on there. Don't know why I'd have it in there, but it's there if you want it. But there you have that there. Now, for comparison, put them off to this side. Raise the camera up. Here he is with Clunker Bumblebee in a very static pose. I'm going to have to change this material they're standing on because they don't like to stand up. There you have that. He's not much taller. It's just the wings are a bit bigger. Here he is with Barricade. They look great together. You have that. And now here he is with the whole Movie 1 cast. We've got Ratchet, we've got Jazz, we've got Ironhide, and Optimus Prime. And these guys look great. Not gonna lie, I love it a lot. And in my display, I have my Autobot and Decepticon display. In my Studio Series Autobot display, I have these guys standing together with my extras off to the sides. Because I like to have the core team together. But there we have that. On to articulation, and this figure has very nice articulation. You've got a swivel up here. You've got a joint here. It's actually double joint, so you can extend and shorten it a little bit. Like that. He can look up that far and down that far. And his head can technically do a full 360, but it's difficult because it's on a tight ball joint. His arm can go out that far, and it's got a double joint here, like that. Can go all the way out there. It could do a full 360, but it's blocked by the wheel. It's got a ball joint at the elbow, which you don't see very often, actually. The last time I saw it was with Studio Series Jazz, which allows for a whole range of movement in the elbow. He's got no joints, nothing at the wrist or fingers of this hand, but I don't mind. He does have a waist swivel, but this is made of rubber. This whole spine section is made of rubber, so the whole thing bends a bit when you do that, which I don't really like. He's got a kicker that far, and he goes back that hard. Beautiful spread. And then he just completely disintegrates. That's never happened before. He's got a swivel at the knee. His knee can go back that far. And you can sort of count this as an ankle tilt. Not really, because the whole thing comes undone. And now this isn't locking back in. Alright, sweet. But it doesn't really matter, for there is already an ankle tilt sculpted in. You can see that. So that pose ability allows for you to take some very good poses, and it does make for a fun figure to play with. Just for some extra comparisons, here he is with my Masterpiece Bumblebee, which unfortunately broke a little while ago, so I had to customize it just to make him look a bit better. His arm snapped. Take him out. And here he is with Battle Blades Bumblebee, which was my which was my favorite movie Bumblebee figure until Clunker Bumblebee came out in the Studio Series line. There you have that. Yeah. But he looks fantastic. I really love this figure a lot, and I would definitely recommend that you go and pick him up. I got him from the Big Bad Toy Store, actually, in the whole Deluxe class bundle from that particular wave. I think it was wave 8. So I got the RC Twins, the World War II, Hot Rod, and Soundwave reviews yet to come. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.